Hello, welcome to Inner Alchemist Tarot. Leo, this is for the first half of April, and this is a general reading. And thank you, Spirit, so much for these messages that are about to come forward for Leo and the rising sign. And Leo, if Leo is not your rising sign, then check out, if you know your rising sign, the other video. It'll give you a little bit more detail on the first part of April for you. Or whenever you come into this reading, it also applies. It could be a timeless reading. You take certain elements to it. And yeah, it's a general reading, so put the pieces where they go. Not all the messages may apply. Take what you need, leave the rest. Some of them may be very specific to you. So may you be doing well, Leo. Let's see what we have. The cards have been cut and pre-shuffled with your energies. I'm going to warm them up as I go along here. We're going to draw first from this oracle. It's the secret language of light. We're just going to do one card. It's going to be kind of an overseer. And we have color, number 40. And I'm going to just bring up the description here. And they just do a really good job at a little bit more detail. Let's see. Secret language of light. Yeah, so, you know, it's such a beautiful image. Look at the heart with all those colors in there. So you breathe in that frequency. That's beautiful. Okay. Let's see, let's go up. Looks like they're not all in order here. Color, vibrational impulses, and light waves. Okay, and thank you for your patience here. Your perception of life is becoming more colorful. You're opening to different colors and experiences. Color breaks up old black and white thinking and opens your heart to the beauty of life and love. The colors of the rainbow are variations of white light, reflecting the diverse experiences of life, and they are all valid. Each color of the spectrum has its own energetic vibration that stimulates certain responses and healing. Different colors mirror your current physical, emotional, and spiritual state. Your soul uses this mirror to communicate your need to heal or to embrace balance. Get to know what colors you are attracted to and the ones that repel you. You are loved and you are loved, no matter how colorful your or another's life is. So I also want to say, shamanically, the butterfly is also, the butterfly medicine is also very much related to color and dance, movement. But yeah, that's a beautiful message to pay attention to, you know, the colors that you may be attracted to right now. For this first half of April, you know, maybe you want to wear a garment or your colors to be set at that tone, you know, some variations of the color that you're drawn to. Okay, this is the Light Seer Tarot, and I'm going to get some clarifier cards for these as well. So let's see what we have for Leo. Okay, in the bottom we have the Sun. I'm going to pull that right out. Okay, we have the Page of Wands, Nine of Wands, Ace of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles with the Sun. And that is just beautiful. The Page of Wands, pages are apprentices. You know, they're new type of energies. They're young energies. Just think about when you get out of school, you were just raring to go and apply, you know, what you just learned to life. And so the Page of Wands is your energy. Wands is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, so the fire energies. And as you can see, she's flinging that wand up in the air and she is ready to go on a journey. So let's get a clarifier card for this and what we're looking at. What's this Page of Wands, Spirit? Leo. The Six of Wands. And as you start this new journey that's coming upon you here, Leo, for the first part of April, is that we have the Six of Wands, which is going to lead you to success. The Six of Wands has everything to do with getting recognition for a job well done. So, I mean, it's just a beautiful, you know, combination here between the Page of Wands and this Six of Wands. This victory wreath is wrapped around this wand that's lit up. She's under the limelight. And all the crowd, I don't know if you could see it, but they're all cheering for her and cheering her on. You may have been guarding yourself. You know, some of you might have been on this, might have been a little harsh, whatever it was for you personally. You know, you're all at different stages. You're all in different places within your life. But as a group of the Leo group, you know, as you can see in this card, her clothes are a little tattered. She's hanging on to this wand that's not so sturdy. She's like behind a fence. So it's kind of like being on guard and she's looking over. But the 9, 8, 9, and 10 in numerology is moving on. So something's coming to completion with that. Let's see what's going on here, Leo. I just did Aries reading. Sorry if I said Aries. We are in Aries. We're in the Aries sun sign. But in April, Aries, the beginning of April is Aries, and then we move into Taurus. So pardon me if I did say Aries, if I called you Aries, because I just finished that reading. It can get the words and that can get really confusing. So we have the 10 of Cups. You know, like I said, something may have been harsh in your journey lately. And, you know, but she's looking over and it's kind of like she's like suspicion. Like, I don't know if this is going to work out. But the 10 of Cups has everything to do with happiness. Okay. So it's like a happily ever after card, the 10 of Cups. Again, 10 is completion. You know, this couple here is sitting on this rainbow hammock. The kids are playing. All the cups are lined up. The rainbow, the colors, again, color. So that's coming into play here. That's a really big synchronicity there. Ace of Cups. It's all about a brand new beginning, a cup overflowing of abundance at the heart center. Her head's not being shown for a reason because the cups, Ace of Cups is a brand new beginning relationship emotionally. Emotion's a big thing there. Okay, so the Ace of Cups, again, is a new start. It's a gift. It's a gift. And so you're starting something. It might be an emotionally new start for yourself, but that's what I'm getting here, especially with this heart lit up. And this first card that we pulled, again, the Overseer card. Yeah, so that's a good thing that Spirit's telling you is that pay attention to the color that you really want to, that you're paying attention to. And you might want to look up the meaning of that color too. And it correlates, of course, to the chakras. Okay, so whatever this Nine of Wands is, it's okay because things are moving in a direction that is very, very good, especially with the Sun card. What is this Ace of Cups, Spirit? We have the Eight of Swords. Now, the Eight of Swords has a lot to do with not seeing clearly of what's going on here. You could see she's in the mirror and like that's not how she actually looks. So it's kind of deception. And I want to say, just a side note, I'm not an astrologer, but you might want to look this up, do your own research if you don't know already. But Neptune just went into Aries after being in Pisces, which is its home sign. Neptune and Jupiter rules Pisces. Neptune's the planet of deception and not seeing clearly. Okay. Being deceived. So when it moved into Aries, it totally changes everything. And this is for the next 14 years. And it just happened like yesterday. So you may, again, because of this Nine of Wands, you may be coming out of a mode. So be gentle with yourself. But you're going to see it if you haven't already for this first part of April. And it's going to take off. Because whatever this Eight of Swords was, swords being of the mind, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, air sign energy of something in the mind. And this is like more of like a sabotage, self-sabotage. And that's what the Neptunian energy in Pisces tends to do. But it also, on the flip side, because everything's got a polarity to it, is that there's been a big spiritual revolution in the past, like since 2012. So when you look back at that, it's true. You know, you might not agree fully with that, but there has been a lot of people stepping up to plate, becoming healers, self-healing, doing all that stuff for themselves. So there is a flip side to that, but it can be of that energy that's kind of trailing off, just remnants going on. But remember, you got this brand new start going on here. Queen of Pentacles, she's grounded, she's well off, she's balanced. Look at her poise. Her eyes are closed. She sees, just like the intuitive high priestess, she's got her antennas connected. She's grounded to the earth, and she picks up intuitive messages as well. She's very well off. So the Queen of Pentacles energy is coming in here for you. What is this Queen of Pentacles, Spirit? The moon. We do have a full moon coming up in Libra too, which is the balance, sign of balance. You know what we're saying, that her eyes are closed, her antennas on her head in this particular tarot deck of lights here. She's picking up intuitive notions. She's right next to that tree. She's tuned into nature, and she's also picking up messages from spirit. So the moon card has a lot to do with intuition. Moon is the symbol of intuition. Now, it's also Piscean energy, which we just moved out of. The eclipses too, when eclipses happen, it changes everything. And we just passed through the solar eclipse in the end of March, just a few days back. So the first one, the lunar eclipse was in Pisces. The solar eclipse is in Aries. It has everything to do with too balancing the polarities. You know, you get the wolf and the dog here, but not to be drowning into your emotions anymore, and really grounding into the earth energies is big, but intuitively picking up the messages. And it's clearly you're in this reading for a reason. You're here for clarification, or to maybe pick up some things here. Okay, so to listen to the messages that Spirit has to say. You have nothing to worry about. You never have anything to worry about. There's that old saying, why worry when you can pray, ask and you'll receive. You know, you leave it up to the higher powers to take over when you've done everything in your power that you can for the situation. That's a huge message for you, Leo. So I'm going to draw from the Ancestors Oracle here and see what guardian's coming in for the first part of April for you. Now, you have your guardians, you have your ancestors, your guides, your spirit guides who guide you. Each one of you are different that way. You have your own entourage, I like to say. But the energy is, again, for the collective here, it's going to come through. And see what we have for you. For Leo, we have Shield Maiden. Make plans and focus. And it's true. She's carrying that sword of truth. Focus is like everything. It really is. Making plans and focus. Because what we're seeing here in this reading for the first part of April for you, Leo, is that you are succeeding. I mean, you're going on this new journey and you are going to be successful with this. There may be remnants of things that, you know, you had to kind of check your back, you know, may have been a little rough there, but there's this wish fulfillment and new beginning emotionally, perhaps with relationships, of course, with yourself first, but with somebody or somebody else, moving away from, again, with that Nine of Wands energy and that Eight of Swords, of that sabotage, not seeing clearly really the situation because you're listening to intuitive messages. And the Sun card's like being in your happy stance with this color. Remember the color card we pulled at the beginning here. So this is important. Focusing on which colors you're drawn to again. And that can be very healing to different chakras or one chakra in general that you're drawn to. And you might want to look that up too, what colors you're drawn to. If it's green, then it's going to be a heart chakra that, you know, may need a bit like some settling, some healing. Or it could be a root chakra, you know, if it's red, you know, so and so on and so forth. So, but the Sun card here is, you know, again, spontaneity, being in your childlike innocence, just being in joy. And that's really your natural birthright, is being in that joy stance. I'm going to draw a few more oracles and close up the reading here. Surrender. I can release my need to control. Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentments blocks the flow of love. And one more. Worry. I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. No, all beautiful energies. You know, maybe it's the purple. Maybe it's your third eye, since this is coming up. It's, you know, she's blindfolded in here. So maybe it's just not seeing that intuitive messages, but it looks like the first part of April, Spirit wants you to know is that it is when you focus that you'll be able to receive those intuitive messages. So that purple color that I'm seeing here showing up in every one of these cards up here, and that's the color of the third eye chakra, or orange, that's your sacral chakra. So that's right above the root chakra. You know, that has everything to do with your sensuality, your connection. I mean, the Queen of Pentacles is very much connected. Her sacral chakra and her root chakra is just shining and gleaming. That's what makes her the Queen of Pentacles. So it's your right to be able to express your needs is also the big thing about the sacral chakra too. So maybe that will resonate with some of you. But yeah, pay attention to the colors for sure. That's a big message, especially with this rainbow 10 of cups coming up with the relationship with the self, your emotions, expressing them, and all of that. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. Thank you, my new subscribers. I appreciate you. And thank you for being here. And many blessings on your journey, Leo.